So it's day 283, and I'm going to try to cover all the headlines of what's happening in Ukraine in 2 to 3 minutes. So here we go. The ISW, their assessment is that Vladimir Putin, in spite of President Biden's and President Macron's overtures, is holding to his maximalist objectives. That is, he still wants to hold on. He's not trying to sue for peace. He continues to make demands as if he is somehow on top of the world and he can just keep, demanding that the West surrender. Russia investigating a large amount of military, or investing a large amount of military might in Ukraine's Bakhmut. They just keep throwing themselves against that. I talked about that yesterday. If you're interested in more to the story, same thing here with the Ministry of Defense in the UK. Russian forces continue to invest large element of their overall military effort and firepower in this area around Bakhmut, and it's not going to work out well for them. I said this last week. It's primarily symbolic, a political objective for Russia. There's really no operational value to that. Okay, let's keep going. Ukraine war. New images show Russian army bases being built in occupied Mariupol. Well, when the Ukrainians get long-range missiles, I think they should do two things. I think they shouldn't talk about it. They should be very quiet about it. And then they should bomb this facility and Sevastopol to smithereens. Sevastopol is the place that Putin loves most. It's his jewel in his crown, because since Peter the Great, the Russians have wanted a warm water port, and Sevastopol is it, and that is the thing that's going to hurt the most. And maybe hit the Kerch Bridge for a little extra fun. Okay, next. Enemy shells Kherson region 28 times over the past day. Kherson, just because it was taken, is not out of the woods. The Russians keep shelling it. Occupiers shell Kherson and leave the city without electricity. Same concept. We also have the same kind of problem in Kyiv with the number of missiles attacks and things along those lines. Russian shelling again cuts power in Kherson. Same kind of issue. Okay, switching gears. AFU eliminates 510 invaders in the past 24 hours. Those numbers seem high to me, but I can't prove one way or another whether it's legit or whether it's inflated. I can't see inside to know that. Terror campaign on Ukrainian embassies continues with more bloody packages. I saw this the other day and I thought, wow, that's really interesting. I'm sure I'll see more about it if it's a thing. Well, 18 Ukrainian diplomatic missions in 12 countries have received bloody packages in what Ukraine has described as a campaign of terror. So they've sent things to 17 embassies, including cows' eyeballs or pigs' eyeballs. And that's what the Russians are doing, because they're keeping it classy. Okay, last thing I'm going to show you here is in the Moscow Times, what's next for Ukraine's formerly pro-Russian regions. And I want to show you this. In recent years, in the eastern neighbor, in 53% of Ukraine's east, 45% of the south viewed Russia favorably. Now it's only 4% of Ukraine's east and 1% of the south. People still argue with me about this, and I'm telling you, it has changed. There's generational hatred between Ukraine and Russia. Thank you for your time. I'm out of time. Thank you for caring about Ukraine.